Hello, my name is Pedro, and today we'll learn how to do payout, that being making money transfers around the world through Trio, and also how to check if those payments have been refunded. Now, there are two methods for you to make money transfers. You can do money transfers through a QR code and through a Pix key. Now, some caveats before we delve right into a tutorial are that the QR codes and Pix keys that we will create in this video need to be created within the sandbox environment. Second, the entities that will receive and make the transfer need to be also within the sandbox environment, and they need to be different. That being, I'm going to make a transfer to a different entity from which I'm receiving. All right, so let's delve right into it. Now, you can see here that I'm in Postman. Similar to the pay-in video, I've created a QR code. You might be asking yourself, how did I do that? So we recommend you to check our documentation or the video that I said about pay-in. Now, since I've created this QR code, I've received a hash or a copy cola or a copy-paste code. I'm gonna copy, of course, and paste that code somewhere else. Where's that gonna be? In a cash out endpoint. I'm gonna paste it in the request body in the field hash. Great, so I checked it. And you can see that I've received a lot of data, mainly concerning the counterparty. And also I've received the identifier. By copying this unique identifier, I'm gonna go to the endpoint banking /cash out /pix. And inside the request body in the field pix ref ID, I'm gonna paste that same identifier that I just copied. Great, so I've made a payment, and in the response body, I've received a payment document ID, and I've also received a scheduled field. Now I'm gonna go to Pipedream to check whether I've received any notifications regarding that payment document ID. And of course, I've received that much. I've received an event with a category called payment document with a type settled. So that means my payment has been made. Now, I would like to make a payment through a Pix key. Remember, a Pix key can have 4 formats. It can be done with a key of a format in an email, in a text number, with a phone number, or a random key that we'll assign to it. In this case, I'm going to use a Pix key that was generated in the sandbox environment, so you don't need to create one. And I'm going to need to check that key through the endpoint cash out /pix /keys /check. Inside it, you have the request body. I'm going to put the entity ID and the key that I already have, that being the identifier, the unique identifier for that key. So let's check it. And there it is. I've received some information in the response body. The counterparty has some info related to it. And you can see even that the type of the key is random. So I'm gonna take that unique identifier from the Pix key that I just checked, and let's make that payment. We can do that through the endpoint banking /cash out /pix. You have some information in the request body you need to send. The virtual account ID, the external ID. I'm choosing payment _2, but you can do whatever you desire. And in the Pix ref ID, I'm gonna send the Pix key ID that I just took. And there it is. I've received in the response body the payment document ID, and it says that it has been scheduled for a specific time. Let's go to Pipedream again to see if I have made that payment successfully or not. So I can see in Pipedream that I've received a notification with a category of payment document with a type created. So that means the payment was created. Now I need to look for a notification with a type settled for the same payment document. And there it is, you can see it. I even have the same external ID, payment _2, with a type settled. So I've made a payment through a Pix key successfully. Now, let's say for some reason you made a payment, but for some reason, maybe the central bank or maybe the person you sent the money to refunded that payment. How can I check if I've been refunded? You can do that through notifications. I'm going to go to Pipedream again, and you can see that I've received a notification with the body stating that the category is of the payment document. And it says with the same ID that it has been refunded with the type over here. Of course, I've made this refund before talking to you here, but when you're in a production environment, the person can issue that refund and then you can receive it through a notification at the same time. So we've checked whether we have received a refund or not for payment that we've made. Now, if you have any questions regarding this topic, you can either check our documentation or contact us. Thank you very much for your attention again, and see you next time.